Greetings, beautiful souls. It's been a little while since my last video, but here we are. Now, life circumstances happen to all of us, and I truly believe that it's okay to take that little time for yourself and see where it is that you are going from one point to another point, or as I have written in the Pleiadian Code 3, where the past ends, the future begins. But when your past ends, sometimes we need that little time to see, to tend the ends, to be grateful for everything that ended with your past, and see what is it that you want your future to be. Because if you are very conscious about this saying, where the past ends, the future begins, you know that the future will not repeat your past. Because I don't think that none of us want it. We want to have a better future, a better life. And we want to have a love and happiness in our life, and good health and prosperity and everything that we should have in our earthly life where we are right now. That brings me to a true topic I want to talk about today. It's the winter solstice. So this video sharing is just about the winter solstice, which is happening on December 21st. Now, we know that is the shortest day of the year and the longest night for us in the Northern Hemisphere. In the Southern Hemisphere, shout out to my Australian and New Zealand clients and friends and students, you are having a summer solstice. Yet I suggest to all of you to join us in this energy of the winter solstice. Now, winter solstice for us also means this rebirth of the Christ, of that Christ consciousness within ourselves. And I like to start looking at it as not only a Christ consciousness that can be rebirthed and embodied within us, but is the Magdala Christ consciousness, divine feminine and the divine masculine married in the divine marriage. And that divine marriage truly starts first within ourselves, within our heart, beautiful feminine soul energy within our heart, that would represent the Mary Magdalena and the Christ all together at this point. And a beautiful mind, a happy mind. Again, the mind can stand itself for the masculine energy. But at this point, if we have the divine marriage, we can have that Christ Magdala energy within our mind. So we have this beautiful Christ Magdala energy, this beautiful Christ Magdala energy within our mind and within our heart. And then we connect it, and that's where the true divine marriage energy starts blossoming within you. Now, I'll go back to the saying, what I said, where the past and the future begins. With every birth in this life, if you look at the birth of a baby, the soul walks into the body and starts this journey through the earth. And none of us know really how long that journey it is, if it's the few days or 80, 90, 100 years in this body. It is a journey. Something ends on the other side. And your soul walks into the body and becomes conscious within the body. And older you get, the more conscious you get, right? And so your future begins. It's kind of interesting to think about it, isn't it? Where the past and the future begins. By the birth, your past ends on the other side, and future begins here in the presence of the earthly life. And then, we have a choices to go wherever we go after. If we are working on the rebirth of embracing the new energies within ourselves, which we have focused very heavily with all my clients and the students this year, we literally mark everything that have happened in our life as the past. And It's time to be bold and courageous with our wishes and desires for the future. So we will be as bold as we are looking, okay, how old I am, how many circles around the sun I have had in this particular life. And I'm going to look at it and I'm going to embrace it for whatever it has been. We are no longer going to dwell of the blame game and whatever happened to me and how I was not supportive and how could I have chosen the better family, how something has been against me, how I feel that maybe my incarnation has been all tainted altogether. It is time to make this step and make it the past. And the only way you can make a peace with it, that you will not repeat it within the future, is to accept it for it has been. When you accept it, then you stop the blame or angry game. And then you can forgive. You can forgive to yourself, and you can forgive to anyone and everyone that you may have been upset with or blame them for what happened to you. That is the way to liberate yourself. You make that choice. They don't make that choice. You know that the people actually don't care many times that they hurt your feelings or they have done something wrong to you or they are not even aware of it. Yet you are steaming in it and living in that kind of the life. And where it's going to end, you are the one who's going to end it. That's where it's going to end. That's where the past ends. By your acceptance. By all means, none of us can walk back and change it. The change is your conscious choice. I accept it. I'm not going to be angry about it. I'm not going to be afraid about it. When you do that in this lifetime, it's going to send this powerful ripple in all your past lives as well. So all the fears, all the anxieties, all the fears of the rejection or that you have been killed, that you have been punished, that you made the wrong choices, there's going to be a karmic debt and you will repeat this karma forever and ever and ever whenever you say no to the people. And you add your own, the issues to it. And he says, I accept it. I'm done. Oh, look at that. I'm done. I am done to believing in all of that. So should I wait another, 10 years or 2 or 3 more lifetimes until the karma is gonna get me? I can stop it today. Now, when I stop my karma, I also have to live with honesty and integrity. If I'm gonna be a bad person and do bad things intentionally or so much on, then naturally it's gonna be repeating in my life, not as a karma, but as an energy what I give out, I'm gonna receive back. So maybe call it karma. There's so many names we can call it, but the point is, make a conscious decision. And then the future begins. Future begins with a new action and reaction. So let's say that you feel like, okay, I'm having this all karmic debt. I have done the things, let's say in this lifetime, that I don't really feel proud about, or, they are questionable. So if I want it to be done and I don't want that to bite me in my back anymore, I just need to choose the new actions and reaction. I can choose to live with the honesty and integrity and the inner discipline, self-love, and so much on. I start changing myself so my future will change and that doesn't have to follow me. And if there's something surprise out of it, I will know how to deal with it. Simple. Now, so remember the new actions. You have to take new actions. You need to push yourself a little bit to do the things differently. Then what it has to do with the winter solstice. So on the winter solstice, through the ancient times, majority initiations have been done around that time. And you would go through this deepest, darkest part of yourself. You will enter the caves for the 3 days and you will meditate and you will fast and you're really gonna go to the core of your inner self. when you stop fighting yourself, when you let go of the control. See, that is our worst thing. We naturally want to control many outcomes in our life, in our family lives, in our children's lives. And it's not because we are mean people. It is because it's been programmed to this animal body. It's been programmed, pre-programmed inside. And we have to recognize it and says, okay, let me go of this. Let me not control of this. Let me say no to this. And you may feel very uncomfortable about it. Maybe something that you rather just suffer with than do. But again, that's not going to give you a new future. You have to take a different actions than you used to do until now. If you could not say no, it's time to say no. If you are a people pleaser, it's time to stop to be the people pleaser. If you, were not doing the good and kind things to the others, it's time to start to do these good and kind things for the others. So going back to the cave, then on that morning of the 21st, when the energy rises, it is incredibly powerful energy that the ancients, going all the way back to the alien beings, utilize to call back the missing pieces of your soul that you have left behind in the mortal parts of the body. So many kings have been initiated in these ways. Imagine that you can initiate yourself in this way. And this time I suggest that you initiate yourself into the ancient Essene energy, the Christ Magdalena prototype blueprint for our energy at this time. It is the energy that we're actually going to retrieve only from about 1,000 years in the past. And we know that they, peak of the time was about 2,000 years ago, plus minus. We all, I think, can agree that they have been incarnated from the ancient Egyptians. I think we can all agree that the ancient Egyptians has been the ancient Atlanteans, the post-survival tribe of the ancient Atlantis. And if you have been in the Atlantis, the chances are that you have been in the ancient Lemuria as well. But when we start resurrecting our energy, we're going to take it the bits and the bits and the bits from the earliest time that we can connect to. So going all the way to Lemuria, it's kind of a stretch, and it's a stretch to our mental consciousness and the current body that says, well, it was only a myth what I'm going to connect with. The body or mind of the animal that we are living today, okay? We all are incarnated in animal bodies. Doesn't matter how profound your cosmic consciousness may be. You have to first making work with this body and then with all that consciousness of it. So the mind needs to something to truly grasp on and believe. And as an ancient Essenes, we understood this, okay? So from many readings I have done over the years, I have traced the ancient Essene consciousness to plus minus about 1,000 years after the Christ. So that's about 1,000 years back from now, again, plus minus, to the city of Basel, B-A-S-E-L, in the Switzerland. It's like this, where the three corners of the three different countries meet, right? There are many ancient ruins of the castles, and I'm not sure which particular castle it was, but there's always this field of the wildflowers that I go to. And there are uncounted readings that I have done that's where we buried a profound level of knowledge within the earth, within that place of the earth, in the mortal parts of our body. What will be the mortal parts of our bodies, right? It is your bones. And you know that your bones can be programmed the same as the crystal. Ancient Syrians train us in this because they are the Akashic holders, Akashic readers, Akashic writers. We call them knowledge keepers on earth. And wherever you came from, my Pleiadian friends, Andromedan friends, Orion friends, you were trained by the Syrian beings to bank your knowledge. That sounds funny. To, what would be the better English word? To save your knowledge. I mean, like deposit into the bank, not to smashing something. So you deposited your knowledge into the bone structure of the body. Now, here's a very interesting thing. Your soul carries the knowledge and wisdom. That's your feminine divine weapon. Think of the Mary Magdalene. The bone structure would be masculine part of you. It is very, it's a physical creation. It is a masculine in its kind of the way. And when you die and your bones are either buried or burned into the ashes, they are connected to the earth. And the buried bones will stay there for the thousands of years. Your ashes, if you were burned, will stay part of the earth and will transmute into the soil. They are not going to go anywhere. They are not going to magically disappear. So your consciousness, your soul consciousness, is connected to these mortal parts of the body that were left behind after you either die of the natural death or you have been killed or whatever happened to you. We all die. We can't stay in this vessel forever. And that is the plain truth. So, around 1,000 years ago, approximately, we agreed, or we came to the collective consciousness that this is the time to preserve lots of knowledge that we had for us in the future, in a case that we will need it. Now we are living in the 21st century and we are chasing for this knowledge from the past to find a way toward the healing, to find a way toward ascension, to find a way of changing the reality, to living a better life, to find a way to preserving the earth for the future generations. There's a lot, right, that we are doing. And imagine that we left ourselves this depository, this beautiful energy up there that we can retrieve. Now, if you want to retrieve the new and start a better future with it, you have to do your cleanup. You have to let the past go. Because when you start retrieving your knowledge, you cannot be like, oh, but that one did this to me, and that one that to me, and oh my God, that had happened. There's no space for the vengeance. There's no space to change anything in the past. But there's a plenty of opportunity to utilize who you have been, embody that part of you and make it 21st century friendly. New and improved, right? 21st century friendly. Where you can carry this love and happiness through you. So, if you want, please join me. I will meditate with the energy of the Basel. Will I imagine that I'm walking there in the Basel, that I'm meditating in the field, which it's probably very cold there right now. But what I found via Google, that sunrise in the Basel, Switzerland is at 8:15 a.m. So for me, I'm on the Eastern Standard Time in the USA. It's 2:15 in the morning. So what I will do, I will wake up about 10 minutes before that. I will sit in my bed for the meditation, and I will meditate about 20 minutes to really genuinely, with the love in my heart and the happiness in my mind, will call for the missing pieces of my soul that I left behind in the mortal parts of the body, in the area of the Basel of the Switzerland. I will focus on that area. I allow myself to connect with the inner cities below there, if there are any, and I believe they are with the nature, with the trees, with the plants, with the wind, with the sun. And I will call for it. We can do it from anywhere within the world. You do not need to travel there in a real life. Would be nice, right? But you don't have to. In the past, I meditated for several years with the energy of the Newgrange Island, and it has been amazing. What knowledge started to come to me and to many others that I know has been incredible. But this year I received a call that it's time to move. It is time to fully awaken in our ancient consciousness, good consciousness, Christ Magdalena consciousness, divine marriage between our heart and between our mind, and leave from that what I call a fifth dimensional energy. This year is number 8 in counting, which means blessing from heaven, 2024. 2 + 2 + 4 is 8. We are supported by cosmic energy, cosmic consciousness, God's consciousness, heavenly consciousness, whichever way you want to look at it, with the earthly consciousness, to do best on our journey. And you really have to feel it. I do my best and my best is good enough. The next year will be number 9 in counting, ending all the cycle and starting 9-year cycle again. I will make one more video about it. But for now, I want to invite you to join me in the meditation. There's no online group, there's no class about it whatsoever. There's nothing to listen. I didn't make any special MP3 because I want every single one of you who feel like to join me to go within and create that space within yourself. Feel the emptiness with the goodness. Feel all that you let go with this new beautiful energy that you left behind about 1,000 years ago. If you feel you did not live in that lifetime, we left plenty of energy for all of you. So think of it as like the seed depository. Walk there. Ask the Mother Earth and the Cosmic Father for the seeds, okay? For the seeds of all kind of the plants that you can plant in your garden. Make your body to be that garden. And then you can plant them in your real life as well. Make the teas with them. Many, many, many of you know all my tea meditation. I'm so proud of it because it's probably the most profound and the simplest teaching that I teach, and I love it. So let's say that the Mother Earth gives you roses, and you plant that essence of the roses within you. You get your rose oils and the rose perfume and the rose tea. But those are the seeds of New Earth, and all these seeds have been blessed with divine energy of the Christ Magdalena. In other words, with the divine feminine and divine masculine. They are in perfect harmony, perfect balance for the 5D life, which means with the love of your soul and happiness of your mind. If you have that, everything that you want in your life will manifest if it's within these energies. So it is super, super exciting and also very humbling that this is the opportunity that we have. This opportunity doesn't come that often, I think, in our life. And of course, we have a winter solstice every single year. But every year has a different flavor, like a different personality. So let's use the flavor of the number 8. Now, if you take the number 8 and you turn it sideways, you get an infinity symbol. And that is the symbol for all of those who read my Pleading Code 3, that you will recognize it. Where the past ends, the future begins. So with that, I want to wish you a most wonderful winter solstice and happy holiday. I wish you that you make a peace with your past, that you let it go, and we are done, we are done, we are done. The karmic debt is paid in full, and we are done. And may the future be the best that you can imagine in your wildest dreams. And may your dreams become reality. If you have a dream of receiving a flower, a rose, planting it within your body, which is the new earth. Your body is the new earth. One day, our bodies will stay here while we go, let's say, for the ascension. They become the seed of the new earth. Your goodness from you will vibrate, emanate here forever. If you think about it, it will stay here forever. But you will be disconnected from it. Then to make it, whatever you wish for, okay, into reality, buy the roses, plant them in your yard or just have them at home. Buy yourself a rose tea, drink it, smell it, taste it, enhance, entrance, excite all your 5 senses. Smell, taste, sight, touch, and the sound with a cup of tea. And that goes from roses to the dandelions, to the milk thistle, to anything, nettle that you may like and you may enjoy. So, new earth starts with you. Let's say that a new earth starts on December 21st, 2024, blessed by the universe and by the earth. But no one can bring that new earth here. Only you can. You are the fertile soil for the seeds of the new consciousness of the new earth. And from you, everything is going to grow. As every garden takes a little time to grow, of course it takes a little time, but you are not here alone. We are here together and we are back. So, happy winter solstice. I love you. Love and light from my heart.